Across the vast deserts of time, human history presents itself to us like a book with torn-out pages and chapters written in a language we are only just beginning to decipher. We believe we know the path of our civilization, a straight line from stone tools to space travel. But what if that line isn't so straight? What if echoes of lost knowledge exist? Glimpses of technological brilliance that simply don't fit the story we've been told. Join us on a journey into the shadows of the past as we unearth artifacts that defy logic, ancient technologies that, according to our understanding of history, simply should not exist. The Baghdad Battery. Our journey begins in modern-day Iraq, in the sands that once held the mighty Parthian Empire. In 1938, during an excavation near Baghdad, a seemingly simple object was discovered, a small terracotta jar roughly 13 centimeters tall. Inside it, a copper cylinder encased in iron rod, sealed at the top with a plug of asphalt. The conventional scientific explanation suggests it may have been a container for sacred scrolls, with the rod and cylinder simply part of its construction. But its design is strikingly similar to a galvanic cell, an early form of electric battery. When filled with an acidic liquid like grape juice or vinegar, this device could generate a small but steady electric current of about 1 volt. What would the ancient Parthians have used electricity for? The accepted theory denies they had any knowledge of electrochemistry. But the mysterious theory suggests fascinating possibilities. Perhaps electroplating coating objects with thin layers of precious metals like gold, or ritualistic uses, creating a divine tingling sensation when touching sacred idols. The Baghdad Battery remains an electrical enigma, spark of knowledge seemingly 2,000 years ahead of its time. The Antikythera mechanism now. Let us dive into the depths of the Aegean Sea, near the Greek island of Antikythera. In 1901, sponge divers discovered the remains of a Roman shipwreck. Among the statues and amphorae, they recovered a lump of corroded bronze and calcified fragments. For decades, it sat ignored in a museum until X-ray imaging revealed its astonishing secret. Inside was a mechanism of breathtaking complexity. More than 30 bronze gears interlocked with a precision unmatched until the mechanical clocks of 14th century Europe. The Antikythera mechanism was no ordinary device. It was an analog computer. It could accurately predict the astronomical positions of the sun, moon, and known planets, forecast solar and lunar eclipses, and even track the 4-year cycle of the Olympic Games. The accepted theory acknowledges it as a masterpiece of Hellenistic engineering, an extraordinary but isolated achievement. The mysterious theory, however, asks a deeper question. How did the ancient Greeks, with the supposed tools of their era, design and fabricate such a sophisticated device? Was it the work of a single forgotten genius, or the last surviving fragment of a much more advanced technological tradition? The mechanism hints at a level of mechanical and astronomical understanding that forces us to rewrite what we thought we knew about the ancient world. The Sumerian discs. Our journey continues to the plains of Mesopotamia, the heart of summer, one of humanity's oldest civilizations. On their clay tablets, the Sumerians left behind cuneiform writings detailing their lives, laws, and myths. But among these records lie peculiar artifacts, the so-called Sumerian discs. These circular clay or stone objects are carved with patterns that some researchers believe may be more than decoration, perhaps even technical diagrams. The mainstream explanation labels them votive objects, jar lids, or game boards, with the markings being purely symbolic or aesthetic. But the mysterious theory goes far further. Engineers such as Leonard C. Lewin have suggested that these discs resemble diagrams of complex systems comparable to modern printed circuits or even schematic maps of planetary systems. They argue that certain symbols repeat systematically, as if representing standardized components. Could these discs be blueprints of forgotten machines, or star maps depicting celestial knowledge the Sumerians supposedly should not have possessed? While academia remains skeptical, these enigmatic discs force us to reconsider the true depth of Sumerian knowledge. The Iron Pillar of Delhi next. We travel to India, to the city of Delhi, where a metallurgical wonder stands boldly against time. The Iron Pillar of Delhi, erected in the 5th century, rises more than 7 meters high and weighs over 6 tons. Its astonishing feature isn't its size but its composition. After 1,600 years of monsoon winds, humidity, and pollution, the pillar shows almost no corrosion. It is forged from 98% pure iron, an extraordinary level of purity that even modern metallurgy struggles to achieve. The accepted explanation credits its longevity to a combination of factors: the purity of the metal, Delhi's climate, and the formation of a thin protective layer of passivation composed of iron oxides, phosphorus, and other elements. But the mysterious theory questions how ancient Indian smiths managed to forge such a massive piece of exceptionally pure iron. Achieving this purity would require heating and hammering the metal in a way that removed nearly all impurities, a technical feat seemingly beyond the capabilities of the era. The pillar stands not only as a monument, but as a silent testament to metallurgical mastery lost and only rediscovered centuries later. Forbidden maps. Finally, let us unfold the maps that should not exist. Long before satellites mapped the Earth and before explorers circled the globe, there existed maps of unsettling accuracy. The most famous is the 1513 Piri-Reis map, a fragment drawn on gazelle skin that depicts the coastlines of Europe, Africa, and South America with remarkable precision. But the most astonishing detail: it appears to show the coast of Antarctica 3 centuries before its official discovery and depicted without ice. The accepted explanation argues that Piri-Reis compiled his map from many older sources, some perhaps dating back to the time of Alexander the Great, and that the supposed Antarctic coastline is simply a distorted rendering of South America. But the mysterious theory championed by Charles Hapgood and tentatively supported by Albert Einstein suggests that Piri-Reis had access to far more ancient maps, created by a lost seafaring civilization that charted the entire globe when Antarctica was ice-free thousands of years ago. Other maps, like the Orontes Phineas map, strengthen this mystery, showing cartographic knowledge impossible for their time. Closing reflection from batteries that might have illuminated ancient temples, to analog computers charting the heavens, to puzzling diagrams, impossible metals, and maps of a forgotten world. These artifacts are more than curiosities. They are cracks in the solid wall of our official history. They whisper of cycles of knowledge, of technologies born, perfected, and lost in the mist of ages, only to be rediscovered millennia later. Perhaps history is not a straight line but a spiral, where echoes of a forgotten future resonate in our deepest past. So next time you stand before an ancient ruin, ask yourself, what technological secrets still lie buried beneath the sand, waiting to be uncovered and ready to change everything we think we know?